Welcome guys to another Mcfarlane Toys Warhammer review. I just got this guy in on pre-order. Wasn't expecting him for another week or two, so I was very happy when I came home today and there's a nice little box from Amazon sitting there. Opened him up, and of course we have this Warhammer figure. As I've said before in all these videos, right now Warhammer from Mcfarlane is my favorite line to collect. I think they're phenomenal figures. And so we have this guy right here. Let's go ahead and turn him to the side so I can make sure I get his name right. This is the Chaos Space Marine Word Bearer. That's a mouthful right there. Anyway, we got the guy here. There is the back of the package, and there he is in the package, looking rather nice. So let's go ahead, crack this guy open, and see what we have inside. Alright, so we have him out of the package. Let's look at accessories real quick first. So of course, we do have the obligatory stand there from Mcfarlane. He does have a nicely detailed, although not at all painted, nice, I don't know, marine space mace or something, Warhammer, I don't know what that is, but it looks cool. And of course we have his gun here as well. Again, no paint or anything, but you can always paint these up yourself if you wanted to or not, your call. Looks pretty good there. And then of course we do have his backpack, and I believe this is, we've seen this one before. It was on one of the other Space Marines or Chaos Marines that have come out in the line. This one just of course has been molded in the same red color that he is molded in. Alright, so let's look at the figure itself, and I gotta say, first of all, I love the red. This is a nice like blood red that looks amazing. Now these figures are, you know, they share a lot of common parts just because of the fact that, you know, they're all Space Marines, big bulky armor, stuff like that. I mean, there are other figures that are not Space Marines, but in general a lot of the Space Marines share a lot of parts, and I'm okay with that. It's fine because what is there is nice. We've got good paint there with all the silver accents. You've got the black here, you've got the pouches there that are painted, the belt's been painted, you've got the logo there on the side, looks really good. You've got this piece right here, which I do believe that's a separate piece, probably not painted. He's got his little tattered loincloth there. We've got some paint there on the front of the belt, another grenade there. We've got the spikes on the shoulder armor painted. We've got some silver accents there. The head is a little goofy looking there, honestly. He's some sort of mutant guy there. I don't know. Weird looking dude. Pasty pale with a horn growing out of his head. But hey, you know, it is what it is. It's Warhammer, so good times, right? Now, I will say this is not the first time they have done this figure. They actually have put this figure out before, but he was an AP version, an artist-proof version, so he was the solid gray, kind of put out there so that they can, you know, honestly make a figure cheaper, I'm sure, and then, you know, people who are into Warhammer like painting their figures anyway with the miniatures and things like that. So they put that line out there. So this is not the first time we've seen him. We just saw him in a completely grayscale version. And that kind of gives me hope, just in the sense that, you know, I mean, if they've done that with one figure, they'll probably do it to some others, because there are several, you know, artist-proof versions of these Warhammer figures that they haven't made full-colored versions of yet. And so knowing that they might do that is pretty cool, because I do absolutely love this line. Now, I'm not going to go over articulation. It is better than you would think it would be for a figure this bulky. I mean, you know, he does have like double jointed knees and things like that, and single jointed elbows, or excuse me, double jointed elbows that do come up pretty good. But other than that, it is pretty standard Mcfarlane articulation, especially for a figure this size. And of course, you do have some articulation there in the shoulder pads. You can kind of bring them down, or you can bring them up a little bit, things like that. And then head articulation isn't really much to speak of there. He got some rotation, and that's about it. But again, we're talking big, bulky figures. So given what they have to work with, I think it's pretty good articulation for a figure like this. But all in all, man, I love this thing. It looks great. I love the colors on it. The blood red looks amazing, and I think they did a fantastic job on this. Look at even the skull there on the leg looks great, with the kind of even darker blood red eyes in there. Looks fantastic. Love this line. Digging this figure. Let's go ahead and get some other figures. We'll throw up some figures just to show you guys some scale. Then we'll throw them up with some other figures from the Warhammer line. All right, so for some good scale here with 6 and 7 inch lines out there, obviously on the left we've got the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, and on the right we've got Lothar from NECA's Defenders of the Earth line. Both of these are fantastic figures, by the way, and very, very well representative of their scales. And I think given that this is kind of a big, bulky Space Marine, he really kind of works no matter what. I mean, he certainly works in a 7-inch scale line, but even in a 6-inch scale line, he can just be a big, bulky, mutant armored character, and I think it looks great. Alright, here we have him stacked up with some other figures in the line. We've got an assortment of Marines here: Chaos Marine, Space Marine, Ultramarine, and of course up front we've got what I think is one of the best figures of the year, which of course is the Traitor Guard from the new Dark Tide video game. But this new Chaos Space Marine just fits in so perfectly. I love the look of him. The armor is fantastic. He works so well with this line. Just another great addition to the line overall. So it is once again time to talk about price, and I got this guy for 20 bucks. 20 bucks pre-order on Amazon, and in fact, when I was looking just last night, he was still there for $20. And damn, that's a good price for a figure this great as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. Look, I don't know if you like Warhammer. I don't even know if you like Mcfarlane toys. If you like both, obviously, it's a no-brainer, right? Even if you just like one or the other, I still think it's a no-brainer. But even if you don't like either Mcfarlane or Warhammer, I would still recommend checking these figures out. At the very least, take a look at one up close and personal and see what you think, especially with a guy like this. The way they've done this guy looks amazing, and I think this line just continues to knock it out of the park over and over again. And yeah, I'm happy as hell that I have this guy. I love the line 100%. I know I'm biased, but I'm telling you I'm biased because I love it. And so I'm probably going to love everything they put out unless they just royally screw up a figure. And so far, they haven't done that. So yeah, I'm a happy camper at this point. It's a fantastic figure. So that is it, guys. Thanks for watching as always, and we will talk to you guys later.